Let's look deeper at assess and strategize now. Starting with assess. Keep in mind that while we will review these stages in a linear fashion, you may move back and forth in an agile fashion between the two stages as you develop your account plan. In the assess stage of the methodology, you analyze the industry and assess the current customer relationship, stakeholder relationships, and your competitive position to identify white space and opportunities to create value that align to the customer's strategy. The first activity is to analyze the customer's industry. As part of your industry analysis, you will look at 4 types of issues within the customer's industry and how they impact the customer's business. Those include resource issues, the inputs needed to run a business, market issues, the larger trends in the marketplace, competitive issues, the actions that competitors take that affect the customer, and regulatory issues, the various government regulations that impact all businesses.
Having done some industry analysis helps you build your credibility with the customer. It shows that you're invested in them and you can just be more useful and valuable to them as a sounding board, maybe to add some perspective.
The second activity is to assess the customer. Here, you review your history and relationship with the customer, clarify your understanding of the customer's strategy so that you can align your strategy to the customer's, and identify potential insights and opportunities by identifying the links between what the customer is trying to achieve and how you can help. The next activity is to assess the stakeholders. You will conduct a stakeholder analysis on the relevant players on the customer team. Your stakeholder analysis must consider the role and level of influence of each stakeholder, your level of access to each stakeholder, and the alignment of each stakeholder. Do they act as allies, coaches, critics, or are they neutral or unknown? The final activity is to assess your competitive position. To complete your competitive analysis, you look at 4 elements: the competitive landscape, including internal and external competition, your strengths and evidence to support your conclusion, your vulnerabilities and evidence to support your conclusion, and the share of wallet that you and the competition possess.
The value to the sales professional of assessing the competitive picture is that it allows you to plan, to educate the customer. Doing this in a professional and positive way means you don't need to get defensive or into a combative situation with competitors, and you can stay focused on the value to the customer.
As you begin the strategize stage, you consider your strengths, vulnerabilities, and opportunities, set priorities, and develop a plan of action to expand your relationships and grow revenue. The first strategize activity is to develop your strategy based on the assessments you performed. Your focus is on moving from your present position with the customer to your desired position by developing goals and objectives for your customer relationship based on the output of the analysis you have completed. Goals are what you want to accomplish long-term in this relationship. Objectives are the short-term targets needed to reach your goals. Based on your assessment and the goals and objectives you've identified, you can now develop a well-informed strategy to guide you in the most efficient and effective path to reach them. The final activity of the strategize stage is to create your action plan. You will create an action plan to implement the account strategy, strengthen the relationship, and determine the priority opportunities you want to pursue. Your action plan must be clear and specific in what, when, and who, prioritized in order of importance, realistic as to not waste time on unachievable opportunities, and as complete as possible. Remember, as you complete the strategic account plan, it is critical that you keep your plan up to date.
It's always tempting to just dive in and use our charisma or our relationship building skills to get right to it. So this is an exercise in patience, to hold back, be a little more thoughtful and planned about what we're going to say, what our goals might be, how we're going to front load our credibility. In the quest for differentiation, this is going to mark you out as somebody who doesn't operate maybe like the pack and is going to go the extra mile.
Through customer-centric iterative account planning, you will continue to better understand your customers, build stronger relationships, adapt to the customer's evolving needs, and position yourself to create value and generate results.